one thing that we were able to see last week. Do you remember last week we began to talk about Andrew and how Andrew met the Messiah? He met Jesus. And the first thing that Andrew did was to go and find his brother. As fast as he could, he went out to find Simon, to find Peter, to communicate the truth, the reality that he had found the Messiah. And when I think about that verse, and I think about that moment in history, and I think about what took place, it reminds me a lot of God's heart for me, His love for me, the plan that He has for me, and the plan that He has for you. And last week we looked at that. We looked at how Andrew met the Messiah. He met Jesus, and the first thing that he did was to go and find Simon and to bring Simon to Jesus. And what happened next is absolutely amazing of what took place. Because Jesus, when he came face to face with Simon, he spoke to him. And we can read about it in John chapter 1, verse 42. The Bible tells us this, and he brought him to Jesus. And he, Andrew, brought Simon to Jesus. And then Jesus looked at him, and Jesus said these words. In verse 42 of John chapter 1, he said, "You are Simon, son of John. You will be called Cephas," which, when translated, is Peter. You see, in the midst of that moment, when Jesus came face to face with Simon, he had a very strong message for him. He said, "You are Simon, but you will be Cephas." There's a very powerful statement in there. That when Jesus looks into our life, he doesn't see us as we are, but he sees us in who we will be, who we can be, who he has created us to be. Jesus has a bigger plan than you do for your life. So many of you, you're looking at yourself and you're looking in the mirror through the eyes of the past, or through the eyes of the present, or just where you are in this moment, or through the mistakes that you've made in the past. You're looking in that mirror and you're saying, "Simon, Simon, Simon." And Jesus is looking at you and he's saying, No. I have something so much greater for you. My plan is so much bigger than this. I have such a better plan for your life. I'm not seeing you through the eyes of yesterday. I'm seeing you through the eyes of tomorrow. And he looks at you. And he calls you to begin to see yourself, not through your eyes, but to see yourself through his.